Hello, everyone. Hello. So Jeremy says, and then Square was like, "Oh, we didn't know you didn't want an MMO," and pulled the plug, bankrupting United Front Gaming in the process. Talking about Sleeping Dogs 2. On the bright side to that story, a lot of the executives involved in that decision were actually let go. Does that mean anything will come of it? Probably not, but that decision did have some ramifications. I think what we want is actually over here. I think this is where we want to be. There's some treasure down there, though. I don't know how to get that. Okay. Is there another exit from this room? Oh, I didn't even notice. Okay. This is where we gotta be. But yeah, so, on the bright side, yeah. But, to tell you the truth, it was probably a very similar situation to Bobby Kotick being let go, in that there was no real loss to them. Sorry, when it comes to businesses in general, I don't have a lot of faith in them ever doing the right thing, and the people involved always getting away with what they do. Making Sleeping Dogs an MMO was an absolutely nonsense move, but MMOs are the thing that's best. Yeah, they had to try and hop on the trend. Which is funny because Dragon Quest X and Final Fantasy XIV and Final Fantasy XI are doing great. Well, 14 wasn't. I thought 11 was like their top grossing game for the longest time too. Well, next to Space Invaders. Unfortunately, FF4, or fortunately, I guess, FF14 overtook that, though. So, here's the thing. I love Square Enix's games, I don't really care for the company. They make a lot of dumb choices. And they are heavy proponents of the I did nothing and it didn't work, and then they give up on it aspect of marketing.
What is it, Luke? Oh, I was just thinking, it must have been a beautiful town.
Yeah, I don't remember much, but there was a big port and the town was always lively.
Yeah?
An innocent island indeed.
Arietta.
Arietta. Is Arietta from here? Yeah, well, Dragon Quest X would have been out as well. Now, Dragon Quest... They do have the chance to do the right thing Dragon Quest-wise here soon, though. Look at that. 10,000 damage. This fucking thing is still alive. So Dragon Quest Day is at the end of this month, and people think they're going to announce Dragon Quest X offline in English. Now, I've heard nothing to that, except for apparently someone found a listing for it in the North American PSN. We do know it is coming out in China and Taiwan and whatnot, but like we do know a Chinese localization is in the works. Which is a little frustrating. Because while I want the actual MMO for Dragon Quest X, because I think it would be a great companion game for FF14. Oh, I think I've seen that before. Oh, okay. Didn't decide the first hit of it. Oh, there's Absolute. Indeed, indeed.
Just stay there.
So there's a debate I see frequently on Twitter right now about gaming being a good place or a bad place. And a lot of people are like, oh, did you see all the bangers we got last year? That means gaming's in a good place. And not necessarily. The good games are great and all, but is it sustainable? The amount of layoffs in the in the industry, the amount of bad decisions being made by executives across the board. Tiamat? Like, come on.
Let's go.
I'll be honest, I rarely ever find a indie game that I enjoy, but I'm glad that a lot of people are finding indie games that they like. Not to say I exclusively play AAA games, because I don't. But if I've heard of an indie game, it's usually good. I can say there are a lot more indie games nowadays that are catching my eyes than initially. Sports games are in a bad place. I think sports games are in the same place they've always been. I don't really find them better or worse than they've ever been. They've kind of always just been the same. Except for Dodgeball. We need Super Dodgeball back from the NES. All of these buildings look alike. It's hard to know exactly where we are. What? It's easy. We came from the right over there, and now we just need to head to the left. No, Luke. We just came from the left. Huh? Luke, if a monster loses its homing instinct, then it's nothing but a domesticated animal. A pet. Hey, who are you calling a monster? And who's this? What's this about pets? Jade's the one who's someone's pet anyway. Guy, did I just hear you say something? No, not at all. I was just thinking about the names Emperor Peony gave to his wrappings. The infamous wrappings. You just bought another Crab's Treasure and we'll be playing it later? Well, I hope you enjoy it. Another Crab's Treasure, alright. What kind of game is that anyway? You put an indie game on my list? That's true, you did. Like I said, I'm not opposed to indie games. It's just rarely ever have I found one that I've enjoyed. Up to this point.
I'll do whatever it takes.
It's a good time to be an indie dev, as you can give out a couple free games to some streamers and have pretty much a guaranteed decent sale. True! You just picked up Manor Lords and it looks fantastic, so fat. You're gonna quest acclaimed indie title, Dave the Diver. Fuck. Fucking Dave the Diver. And they didn't even take it off the list after finding out that it's not an indie dev, which they shouldn't have had to have fucking found out. Sorry. The stupidity of the Game Awards is legendary. I wonder if I can do...
Leave it to me.
Well, I didn't just get done Stray, but I did just create the mirror review for it. I like Stray. Stray was a lot of fun. Like I said, I don't dislike indie games in general. It's just I also usually don't find many that draw my eye.
There's someone here.
That voice. Annis! This is my special place. You can't just come barging in. You're not welcome here, Annis.
Feres is your special place? What do you mean?
This is where I was born. My family all died in the flood. Mommy Liger saved me. I was so lonely, but Van came one day and invited me to join him. He stopped Feres from sinking and made it into my own private ship. Van and the others have visited several times. They said they'd make this our base.
So this was my brother's headquarters.
And most likely a facility for Fomicry.
If you're talking about a replica machine, then yes, we have one. We need it. After all, Van promised he would recreate my whole city.
That's nothing but an illusion. Replicas aren't your family or even a replacement.
No, you're wrong. Look at Luke. He's a replacement for Ash. Ion understood me. He even helped Van. The only reason Ion changed was because Annis took over as Phone Master Guardian.
You're wrong. Master Van has tricked you.
Luke, be quiet. But you betrayed him, Annis. What, are you saying you want that duel here and now? My mediator Largo will decide the place. You can wait to hear from him. I fought for Ion and for Van, but now Ion is gone. I'm going to get revenge. I won't lose.
Now Ion is
What a
Guion.
fool. She doesn't even realize she's being used.
If what Arietta said is true, then we can assume that this is one of Van's facilities.
Yes. Let's keep looking. Is that all right, Annis? Yeah.
Well. Another potential boss fight, not here. There's a strategy RPG dating sim that someone put on your list that isn't Fire Emblem? What is it? Is it Bob Dolism? Someone should make a Fire Emblem game where you play as politicians. Just parodies of modern day politicians.
This is Fomicry? Impressive. Such a large-scale endeavor operating even now.
This is the same machine that was in Coral Castle.
So, this is where they're making the replicas.
Eamon and the others may have been made here too.
Let's shut it down. Perhaps that will help ease the expenditure of 7th phonons.
Right. I don't think this world needs any more replica. Even with just me, it's already one too many.
Luke.
Stop. Why are you doing this? Why do you oppose the birth of our brethren?
We will all be given a new place to live upon the heavenly plane.
Do not interfere.
Are all of you okay with that? It's not like you were born because you were wanted.
You're wrong. We were all born because Mose wanted us.
If you say so, Mary. But once your heavenly plane is completed, your originals will all be killed.
Why should we care if those who don't accept us are killed?
That's barbaric. Without those originals, no replicas could be born.
So, now that we have been born, why should we stay beholden to the originals?
Luke, you could learn a thing or two from them.
Instead of taking damage, you just lose money.
Confidence.
And you lose money when you move and when you attack.
That's why Ash gets mad at you. That's why you have trouble with Emperor Peony. You lack confidence.
Call it a will to live that borders on arrogance. You had it once.
You would call us arrogant?
Yes, I would. And someday, your own words may be turned right back at you. I wonder if you'll be able to say the same thing then.
No. Mose has moved ahead with his plan without us.
Of course he did. Mose doesn't give a fuck about you.
This continent of Vans will become my new stronghold. Behold the dawn of the new Order of Lorelei. All hands begin preparations. I shall bring prosperity to all of Aldrent in fulfillment of the score.
What's going on? What is that?
Mose, you promised us a place on the new Hod.
The new Hod? So that's Hod?
What are we to do?
We go to the site of our covenant, the Tower of Rem. Surely Mose will come for us.
I'm not sure
But the
Mose is capable
navigational
of coming
equipment
anymore.
was destroyed with the Thaumacrief facility.
We'll eventually drift ashore if we follow this current. We'll walk from there.
Agreed. Spread the word.
They're gone.
Yeah, but he's got tiny legs.
What should we do? Do we just let them go? I can't imagine Mose taking them in.
Well, if it were me, I would certainly cut them off. As long as he has the data, he can make as many replicas as he pleases.
So they're simply to be abandoned?
In all likelihood. Though I doubt they'll realize that for a while.
They still believe in Mose.
So is that island in the sky really hot? If so, then that would make it the replica land that Van envisioned.
I guess we'll find out when we get there.
It seems risky. But you're right.
Okay, let's ask Noel to take us up to that floating island.
To the floating island. How the fuck do I get out of here? They're gonna make me run out of this entire dungeon? This is definitely something I want to use a wing bottle on. It's definitely something I want to shit my pants during. Only have one more wing bottle. I mean, running out of there, I'd get a ton of EXP, but it ultimately wouldn't be worth it. Alright, where the hell is that thing? There it is.
I can't take you any closer. I can't break through the planet storm's protective barrier.
Wait, does that mean we can't get near it as long as the planet storm is active?
There's nothing we can do. Let's head to Grand Kokma. The military is keeping the HOD data at their headquarters.
Understood. But what do we do if it really is Van's replica land up there?
Replica land. That's gonna be a new theme park in the new world. That huge thing floating in the sky is HOD? Impossible. Even assuming it's a replica, given those claw-like anti-aircraft devices around it, it must have been created some time ago. Presumably, they erected the defense system underwater, and then used the Sephiroth to raise it. The Sephiroth, but haven't those all lost their power to raise the land? The Sephiroth itself is a replica too. Remember, this is a replica of HOD from before it collapsed. Wait, if they replicate another area, including the Sephiroth... Yes, Tyr, what you're thinking is exactly what will come to pass. What? What will happen? It would be difficult to explain. Let's wait until it actually comes about. Either way, there's nothing we can do about it right now. Okay. That's another thing with this game, is it likes to throw out, non-explanations for things and then refuse to explain what they're talking about. Like an excellent commander, because he stays on target. Yeah, but then I get destroyed in a random dogfight. No, really, I take a walk up to the store and someone's dog just comes out and kills me. That's my fated end. Alright, we got about 8 minutes left. We can do this next cutscene. Probably. It's not like explaining things might help your party or anything, Jade. Oh, wait! Nah, they don't do that. They don't fuck around with explanations in this world. Ain't got no time for that. Ba 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 ba. I'm gonna fucking fart. It's gonna fucking stink. Jade's like explanations for nerds. Though he did say earlier that he hates explaining things, so I mean, it's not out of character for him. I like how this setup is basically the same as fucking Yulia. The fuck is that for a peony? I don't have to be here yet. Do I gotta go to the damn military headquarters? Alright, fine. Guys, I'm really excited because Tales of Rebirth is almost done, and Tales of Destiny 2 is almost done.
I'm en route to His Majesty to report on the island floating above the Central Ocean.
Have you found anything out about it yet?
Chief of Staff Sessamon has all the information. He's in the rear conference room.
Grand Kokma is a term from the Kabbalah.
The rear conference room. Let's hurry.
I don't know why Cassidonia is pronounced with a K, but Kokma is just based on that word from the Kabbalah. Is that also spelled Kabbalah? No, it's actually spelled with a K. Interestingly enough.
Oh, Jade, things have really gone bad, huh?
Yes, sir. We've learned that the island floating above the Central Ocean may be HOD.
Ah, so it's true.
So that really is HOD?
Well, it's surrounded by a protective barrier formed by the planet storm. It's impossible to observe from here.
Then what led you to suspect it might be Hod, sir?
It is located exactly where Hod was, in the Outer Lands.
If it is Hod, then we can assume it's a replica created through Fomicry.
Yes, I doubt it could be anything else. Replica data for the entire island was taken just before its destruction.
Hence the new Hod. Weren't a lot of 7th phonons being consumed in that area?
Correct. Which suggests that all of this was Van's doing.
But wait, the replicas were all saying it was Mo's.
Sir, several islands in the Hod Archipelago have disappeared. The cause is unknown.
What do you think, Jade?
Perhaps phonons within the two lands are interfering with one another, causing a hyperresonant.
Yes, I would imagine that's the case. I'm headed to speak with His Majesty.
What's happening, Colonel?
Let's go see the king ourselves. I'll explain things there.
So there's I talked about this on the stream before. There's a lot of places in this game that draw their names from the Kabbalah. The Sephiroth being one of them, but the names of various towns and whatnot are also from the Sephiroth, like Saint Bina, Grand Kokma, Hod. Those are all Malkuth. Those are all terms from that make up various nodes on the Sephiroth within the Kabbalah.
Hark! Fools who have forgotten the score!
That's Mo's voice.
Huh? Where is it coming from?
I don't know. It seems like the sky, but that's...
I am Mose, Phone Master of the New Order of Lorelei.
I don't think I can take you seriously now that you're laughing after saying that.
Swallowed by the Cliffoth, shrouded in the miasma, the world today lies on the verge of destruction. And why is that? It is because both Kimlaska and Malkuth have abandoned Yulia's score. False messengers have deceived both into ignoring the score.
Your Majesty, this is...
Yes, Mo's that bastard. Just what is he trying to accomplish?
It is my duty to protect the score, to establish the new order of Lorelei.
This isn't good.
No, this sort of thing could easily make the citizens panic.
We, the new order of Lorelei, have created the glorious land of Eldrint from the Isle of Hod. From here, we will see that the world once more follows the score. Furthermore, we demand reparations from and the surrender of Kimlaska and Malkuth. If you do not accept these conditions, we will use force. The Order shall dispatch a messenger to both nations. I eagerly await your responses. Citizens, I say it is your duty to rise up against any who would reject the score. Justice lies in Yulia's score alone.
Mo's mind has already begun to degenerate from the neural contamination.
Neural contamination?
Mo's absorbed many 7th phonons without any ability to control them.
Mo's consciousness has begun to reject the 7th phonon. He's losing his capacity for rational thought.
So that's neural contamination.
He still created this preposterous new order of Lorelei of his own will. His zeal for the score is beyond all reason.
I won't allow someone like him to destroy the order Ion tried to renew.
Let's see the Emperor. Neither Emperor Peony nor King Ingobert would give in to Mo's demands.
Yes, I agree. We should start formulating countermeasures now to prepare for the worst.
Well, what's happening? Something inside me
He didn't last long after the 7th phonon implantation.
This extreme a result from such a small quantity. What if the Commandant cannot control Lorelei?
Van is a 7th phonist. He won't see consequences like these.
What are you
Pitiful. To think he'd be so fixated upon the score as to assume such a form.
It's time. Let's go.
What was that? Not even Ion did anything like that. That technology, they couldn't have dug it up in the Dawn Age. But this is a problem. Now people all over the world know about the new Order of Lorelei. This did do a backflip in his chair, yes. The entire world will fall into panic. Ion tried so hard to reform and protect the Order of Lorelei. I won't let that faker destroy it. Ennis, Natalia, Tyr, I'm gonna need your help. Of course. I shall not allow the lot to destroy my beloved Kimlaska. Yes, Ennis, let's stop them. Watch over me, Ion. Jeremy, would you sleep with Ion? The real Ion, not the replica. Just to be clear. But yeah, Dis did do a backflip in his chair.
I've heard. They said several islands in the Hod Archipelago have disappeared.
Even Peony heard about it.
Yes. We believe it's due to a quasi-hyperresonance caused by the replica land interacting with the original.
Quasi-hyperresonance?
The replica land currently expanding around Eldrint is in all likelihood being constructed as replica data is extracted from the world's surface.
So, for an instant, the newly created replica and the original share the same 7th phonons. At that time, interference similar to a hyperresonance takes place.
I'm so lost right now.
In other words, the original land is destroyed as the replica land is created.
Well, then I guess we better stop it soon. Where do you think the Thaumacrine facility creating the replica landmass is?
On Eldrint would be my guess. It takes a long time to extract the data from a landmass. We should still be able to stop it.
Might we leave this matter to you? We have no means of reaching the sky.
Of course. We'll do everything in our power.
The Malkuth armed forces will secure land defense.
Kimlaska will aid you in that as well.
Natalia, why don't you propose that summit about the score now?
Oh, that's right. Kimlaska, Malkuth, and the Order of Lorelei should all come together. They'll be a lot more effective against the new Order of Lorelei that way.
Yes, you're right. Perhaps now is the time for such a gathering.
If your majesties would grant us your presence, we could also discuss strategies against Eldrint.
What are you all suggesting?
Guy, explain.
Isn't that Natalia's job? All right, whatever.
Very well. I'll make the time whenever you wish. Is Darth an acceptable location?
Yes, I think that would be best.
King Ingobert is already aware of the situation, so that leaves Teodoro next, right?
Yes, let's head to Yulia City.
The power of hyperresonance. Quasi-hyperresonance, like when Tyr and I were thrown to Tatteru Valley. Quasi it may be, but it's still hyperresonance. How strong is it? Around 40% of a real hyperresonance, in theory. That's still enough to destroy matter. No different from my hyperresonance, huh? If you set off a full-strength hyperresonance, not even dust would remain. The fact that even part of X-Sirius remained is because of your abilities are limited and unstable. Oh, okay. That's also why Ash doesn't use hyperresonance in battle. It's simply too strong. Real hyperresonance would even annihilate the atmosphere. We should consider ourselves lucky. Yeah, but that's not going to stop the world from disintegrating as the replicas are made. You can hardly call that lucky. Damn it, we've got to do something about Eldrint. Which means dealing with the planet storm and the new Order of Lorelei, and, well, we got a lot of work ahead of us. Jeremy, would you date the new Order of Lorelei? Solidarity. This might be the first time Malkuth and Kimlaska have ever cooperated openly. Yes. Kimlaska, Malkuth, and Doth must all work together to deal with Eldrant. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. I can't agree with the way of stating it, but I suppose that if this did not occur, not even a peace treaty would have been enough to make them work with each other. Who cares what sets it off as long as both countries get along better? I just hope they can continue working towards a peaceful relationship after this is over. Even if it doesn't last forever. Well, regardless of how the future may go, right now we need to concentrate on Eldrant. Is hyperresonance just antimatter? That's what it sounds. Okay, so it's similar to the concept of antimatter, but it doesn't necessarily occur between two of the exact same things. It can occur between two different people's seventh phonons as well. But I think when it is two, the whole replica system is very much like it.
Largo!
You certainly took your time. Not that I was eager to see you again.
Don't be that way. Arietta says she'll meet you in the Jiggle Woods.
Arietta. So she really wants to go through with this duel. She wants to fight in our forest?
I wonder why there, of all places.
That was where her mother died.
So you're her mediator.
Then if Arietta should lose, you're the next in line to fight. Is that correct?
No, I'm only here to move things along. And I can't imagine Arietta losing.
Really? You can't? Given we kicked the crap out of you guys like 8 times now?
Okay, time to teach that Arietta a lesson.
Annis, you okay? You look like you're pushing yourself a bit.
Isn't there someone else you should be worrying about more than me?
Who? Natalia?
He hasn't realized how badly she was hurt.
He's still not very sensitive to these things.
What? What are you guys talking about?
You'll figure it out.
Arietta. Is it really necessary for the two of you to duel? Arietta probably needs it, at the very least. There is the option of not accepting the duel and inviting her hatred. It would give Arietta something to live for, you could say. But that would be too cruel to Annis. Actually, I thought about that too. Annis, how could you? But ever since she was born, Van's been pulling her strings. This duel is something she finally decided on all by herself, so I want to accept it. Well, alright, I won't try to stop you anymore. But it's so sad, though. If only there was some way to avoid it. Thanks, Natalia. Jeremy, would you scissor with Natalia? Like, let's say you guys meet up 10 years from now. Would you be up for it then? What about with Jade? I'm gonna save here. I don't know if I have to go to the inn again or not. I do. Okay, is this the inn? This is not the inn. Alright. So this is right around when we're going to be done stream for today, guys, but I am going to find the inn. There's a shopping center. There it is. So, I'm not going to be streaming tomorrow, as I have stuff I need to do. Friday might be a short stream as well, because I have to get up early. I have my next Cairo appointment on Friday. But we should still have a stream. Saturday, I'm not feeling well enough yet, so I'm still not going to be doing Miro Dies this, plus I work. Also, but on Friday, we do have anime night. Okay. So. Oh, that's it. Guys. YouTube, thank you very much for viewing.